Paul Heyman is currently in the hospital, and Roman Reigns has just revealed very sad news about Paul Heyman's health. WWE fans have been waiting to hear what the ramifications were going to be for the vicious attack by the Bloodline on Paul Heyman. Clearly, what the Bloodline did to Paul Heyman was illegal, and they should be punished for what they did. And in a brand new interview, Cody Rhodes even said that he is scared of the Bloodline. Every single time that he is involved in a segment with the Bloodline, he gets very nervous and he becomes frightened about what's going to happen, because the Bloodline obviously is one of the most dangerous factions in WWE history, especially this Solo Sikoa version. And now the SmackDown general manager, Nick Aldis, has finally broken his silence on this situation with the Bloodline. On Nick Aldis' Instagram account, he posted a picture of himself with Cody Rhodes, which was from this past Friday's SmackDown. And in the caption, Aldis said, "Sometimes you have to make decisions in the heat of the moment, and those decisions have unintended consequences." What Nick Aldis is trying to say is that he wish he would have not just had Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton, and Kevin Owens removed from the building by the New York police, but he also wishes he would have removed the Bloodline from the building as well, because it's very likely that this attack by the Bloodline never would have happened if Aldis would have just had the Bloodline removed, just like he did with Cody, Orton, and Owens. So Nick Aldis feels bad because he feels like it's his fault. He cared too much about having the Bloodline Acknowledgement ceremony at the end of the show, and he wanted that to take place. And I think in Nick Aldis' mind, he thought, well, when the Bloodline came out at the beginning of SmackDown, they got sneak attacked by Cody, Orton, and Owens. He felt that Cody and those guys were at fault, not the Bloodline. But clearly, Nick Aldis made the wrong decision, and he should have had all of these wrestlers removed from the building, especially Paul Heyman, because look what happened to him. He got taken out on a stretcher after the Bloodline destroyed him. But Roman Reigns is also reaching out to WWE fans to let them know about some very sad news that he has about Paul Heyman. So let's find out what that sad news is right now. So right before we reveal the sad news by Roman Reigns about Paul Heyman's health, we have a very bizarre video that was posted by WWE's TikTok channel involving Solo Sikoa. They posted a video which was filmed right before SmackDown went on the air this past Friday. They asked a question to wrestlers: New York hot dogs or New York pizza? In the background, we saw Solo Sikoa. And Solo Sikoa was wearing something very interesting. He was wearing a tracksuit, almost the exact same kind of tracksuits that Roman Reigns used to wear. WWE fans were confused by this. What does this mean? Why is he wearing this tracksuit? Is Solo Sikoa inspired by Roman Reigns to wear this? Or is there a deeper meaning behind it? It's being said that the reason why he wore this tracksuit is because he sees himself as the new Roman Reigns. He's replaced Roman as the leader of the Bloodline. He's the new tribal chief. He now wears the tribal chief necklace. He's the head of the table in his eyes. And he asks fans to acknowledge him now when he goes out to the ring, just like Roman does. This was a message being sent by Solo Sikoa to everybody that he has now replaced Roman Reigns, and from the looks of it, he's going to wear clothing similar to Roman Reigns going forward as somewhat of a dig at Roman. So this Saturday is the WWE Money in the Bank 2024 pay-per-view, which will take place in Toronto. And on the pay-per-view, the Bloodline will be competing in a 6-man tag team match against Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton, and Kevin Owens. But some WWE fans weren't sure who was going to compete in this match when it came to the Bloodline. And as we see here in this match graphic from WWE.com, you can't tell which 3 of the 4 members are going to compete in this match. But it's being rumored that the match will feature Solo, Tongaloa, and Tama Tonga wrestling in the match, and Jacob Fatu will be at ringside. And that is because WWE doesn't want to give away Jacob Fatu's in-ring debut yet. They want to hold it off. But a lot of people are talking about, could this be the show where Roman Reigns finally makes his return? And now Roman Reigns has even more of a reason to make a return because he needs to get revenge for the vicious attack by the Bloodline on Paul Heyman. But it's being said that this will likely not happen. Roman will not be returning at Money in the Bank. And it's also being said that the Bloodline will defeat Cody, Orton, and Owens. Now, this six-man tag is just a setup for the upcoming SummerSlam pay-per-view in August, because there are rumors going around that the main event of SummerSlam will likely be Cody Rhodes defending the undisputed WWE title against Solo Sikoa. And on that show, that will likely be the return of Roman Reigns. But with this sad news that Roman Reigns has just revealed, it doesn't look like Paul Heyman will be with him. So this beatdown by the Bloodline all started when Solo Sikoa used the Samoan Spike to attack Paul Heyman, which is a maneuver where Solo Sikoa takes his thumb and just jams it right into the throat of his opponent. Obviously, Paul Heyman's not a wrestler. He rarely gets attacked. It doesn't happen very often. And Paul Heyman wasn't ready for this. And when Paul Heyman dropped to the ground, he was choking. He couldn't catch his breath. His throat looked to be severely injured. Minutes later, we saw Heyman get attacked even more. But one thing that people are not realizing is that the real injury happened with the Samoan Spike to the throat. And Roman Reigns revealed some very sad news about Paul Heyman's health behind closed doors. Reportedly, Roman Reigns told his close friends and family that Paul Heyman, his main injury is actually to his throat from the Samoan Spike. And that's the main injury that Paul Heyman has. And sadly, if Paul Heyman never fully recovers from this throat injury, we may never see him again on WWE television because he won't be able to talk in the same way he used to, or be able to speak at all. What are your thoughts on the sad news revealed by Roman Reigns on the condition of Paul Heyman? Leave a comment and give me your opinion.